Well, let's move on to Cal and UCLA. I left this game as a I don't know pick. It's almost a wavering pick. At UCLA, they're inconsistent, but they've got Kevin Prince back. Kevin Kraft is no longer starting quarterback, which is always a good thing for the Bruins. Cal, Javid Best has been nowhere to be seen since Minnesota. Maybe he got lost in a lake up there. Not real sure what's going on with the Cal Bears, but if the Bears are going to be the team from Los Angeles this year, this is their shot. They're probably not going to get USC. UCLA is the team that they're going to have to beat if they're going to beat anybody from Los Angeles. So we're going to give that nod to the Cal Bears just because Javid Best can be found, and once he's found, he's unstoppable. Moving right along to Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech is a very good football team once again. They're great against physical teams. They're just as physical, if not more physical, than anybody in the ACC. Georgia Tech is a running football team. That's to their advantage. Virginia Tech has had a little bit of trouble stopping the run this year. So what I think may happen here is that Virginia Tech pulls one like they did against Nebraska, pulls it out late in the ball game as they upend number 19 Virginia Tech. So Virginia Tech over Georgia Tech. I think I said that wrong just a second ago, but Virginia Tech over Georgia Tech. Take it, pick it. Georgia at Vanderbilt, two teams that have been thoroughly unimpressed with their seasons this year. They're definitely having a down year in Athens, but Bobby Johnson and Vanderbilt Commodores having a very, very unsuccessful season, lost last week to Army in overtime. Not going near losing to Army, friends, I can tell you. Vanderbilt has had some success against Georgia at home. They've had very good success at home against the Bulldogs. Mark Richt going to go on the road. He's going to be in the state of Tennessee again. He's not going to be happy about that after the shellacking they took last week to my Vols. As you can see, the Tennessee blanket back here. I've got a few jerseys. My fiance is an Auburn fan. My mom's an Auburn fan. My dad's an Alabama fan. Jonathan Crompton jersey, a couple Auburn jerseys, Alabama jersey. I kind of got sucked into it all. But Georgia, I think they go into Nashville this week and pull the upset. And I say it's an upset because Georgia in the state of Tennessee has not been very successful lately. And so it is sort of an upset. But Georgia should win this ball game, no questions asked. Joe Cox just can't throw interceptions. Another game, just a little bit east of Nashville, is going to be Middle Tennessee State hosting Mississippi State. Mississippi State going to a Sun Belt Conference's home stadium. A little odd, but the Bulldogs should pull this one out. Dan Mullen has his team playing very well right now. Chad Bumpus, the freshman wide receiver, is impressive. If you haven't seen this kid play, make a note of it. Mississippi State wins this one pretty handily. Arkansas going to Florida. Arkansas's got a great passing attack, as you all saw last week, and I think that Arkansas, Ryan Mallett is probably the best pure passing quarterback in the league. I don't see anybody else that's a better passer strictly. I think Arkansas gives Florida a game for about 3 quarters. They'll wear down late. Mallett will have to throw 45 passes to keep him in the ball game, and he's going to have to not make mistakes. And it's very hard not to make mistakes against a very good Florida defense. Number 1 team in the country comes out on top, but a lot closer than the experts think, as my friend Lee Corso would say. This one is a little tricky. The next one, Ole Miss hosting UAB. UAB has had an up and down season, another inconsistent team. Joe Webb has been as inconsistent as anybody in the country, but when he's on, son, he is on, and he can put up the numbers. UAB did beat Southern Miss for the first time in school history this year at home. Southern Miss has put some ball games on some folks. They had Kansas on the ropes for a while, beat Virginia at Virginia. So UAB beat a very good football team in Larry Fedora's Southern Miss Eagles. So don't expect UAB to bow out early. This team is very consistent against big-time schools. That they play great first halves. Usually the second half tends to be their weakness. Ole Miss coming off a reeling loss against Alabama, where they did hold the Tide to only one touchdown on the day, which is pretty impressive considering Alabama's potent offense, the first team to hold them under 30 points all year. Ole Miss comes into the game unranked after the loss, however. So Ole Miss went from being top 5 in the country to now unranked within 7 weeks. Ole Miss wins this one, but don't count UAB out.